And so, hey guys, this is Christie. I'm with Nathan Lewith, right? That's how you would say your last name? Lewith, the last name? And you guys are doing...
Luth runs us. Yeah, just Luth, straight.
Luth.
No.
Oh, Luth like sleuth. Okay. No, that's fine.
Sleuth, Gooth, Schmooth.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, he's doing a Kickstarter right now called Impure Blood. And it's at, let me see what the numbers are. And I'll go ahead and put that up there. But you're welcome on the show. He's got 15 days to go, so throw some more money at him and stuff, because don't we all need that? So let me go ahead and put this to the main thing. And there we go. And I'm way the hell over here. Hold on. Sorry, Skype has been kind of a little bit nutty sometimes, guys. So, all right, I'm going to move the screen over here and everything. So, how's it going? Been a busy morning, huh?
I'm good. Yes. I'm chasing small humans around. It's always exciting.
Yeah. Watch as I can't spell your name. No. It's just that the keyboard, it gets... There we go. I got you.
Yeah, it's the keyboard's fault. I got you. Right.
Kickstarter, this, and sorry about that. So, yeah, but anyway, so, basically,
Actually, I haven't checked today.
2 days left. I'm just putting it on the back thing of the email.
Sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's, let's see what? So, there we go. So, anyway, so what started Impure Blood?
Impure Blood, I started with my wife, Nadia, way back when we first got together, and we were just boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't recommend everybody start their creative projects that way, but we've seemed to have made it work. But yeah, she was a hobbyist writer. I was a professional illustrator. She was like, hey, we should do a thing together. I had kind of always wanted to start a webcomic. She had a epic fantasy story that she had been working on since high school or something like that. And we had both, were just kind of becoming aware of the steampunk movement at the time. This was like 2009. And so yeah, all these things kind of collided, and boom, we started out as an entry into Zuda. So if anybody doesn't know, Zuda is the DC's now defunct webcomic talent search.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we didn't win, but we were in the finals, and actually kind of my first experience with crowdfunding, sourcing, trying to mobilize an audience and stuff like that to go support you. But yeah, I didn't win, but we kind of really enjoyed the experience, so we said yes, we are going to continue doing this thing no matter what happens, and so we did, and here we are 10 years later. The series wrapped in 2017, and then I took a break for a couple of years and tried to figure out what the heck I wanted to do with it. But now that I've seen how many people are, really making it work with crowdfunding, Kickstarter, and independent webcomic publishing, I've really I've been inspired to go out and take a crack at it myself.
Yeah. So is this your first Kickstarter? Or is this...
This is my first ever Kickstarter.
That's impressive. Okay, very good. Well,
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so it's like, how long has this story been going? Because you said it, I think, but I didn't quite catch it. You built up a fan base, essentially, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were posting it on the web from 2009 to 2017. Yeah, that's what I said. The thing that I just said 5 seconds ago. So yeah, about 8 years.
Wow.
1 page a week for 8 years. You end up with a 400-page story. So yeah, we had a fan base, and so I decided that I was going to do a Kickstarter about a year ago, and at the time I had absolutely no idea what was involved in that. I just knew that I wanted to do it, so kind of did some homework, did the research, spent the last year trying to rally all the fans that we had spent that 8 years garnering, getting them all on a mailing list, and then yeah, basically counted it down. So and then boom, here we are. Launched on 02/02/2020 because I'm a sucker for palindromes, and we're ending on 3/4/2020 because it just seemed a full circle kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I started mine on the 15th, but I gave myself a few extra days. The thing is,
Right.
yeah, because the thing is that I didn't know really, like, I did a Kickstarter. I knew people knew how to run it, so I wasn't totally bad, but I asked for too much on a property that I didn't, do a lot of, like, network stuff, internet stuff. I mean, it's just like you just kind of have to build up for it. I think if you have the expectation, like, if you have, like, millions and millions of people, that does happen. You shouldn't eliminate yourself from that possibility, but yeah. So, but what ended up happening, so it's like 5K, I didn't hit it. I only hit like maybe halfway. So I just said, you know what? And so like right now I'm at 4,500. I've got 2 days to go. I'm like, you know what? I have a bone to pick with 5K. Let's see if we make it. So
that's good. Yeah, there you go. It's your white whale. Gotta go stab it.
Oh yeah.
No. But no, and again, credit where it's due and shout outs where they're due. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants a little bit as well. I've been paying attention to Russell Nolte. Everyone knows Russell Nolte. Been paying attention to him and what he's been doing and bothering him with many, many questions, I'm sure. And also Tyler James, of course, been paying attention to what he's been laying out. So, just paying attention, taking notes, and also I'm kind of blessed and cursed with this whole it's never quite enough sort of mentality. So, I think that's a lot of creatives, honestly. So, yeah.
I just kind of have to do it. Like, it's like one of those things, like, you're in it for the long run, you're like, screw it, I'll just do it,
Yeah, it's I try to describe it to other people or, I guess, normal people, but it's like, I can't not, and there's always just that one more thing, there's always this one more thing that you're always chasing, right?
Yeah. So it's just like one of those things that's like you're always like, once you have the Kickstarter, you have the switch flipped on and you're just on the whole time. That's why it's like sometimes now it's like I'm going to do this, like I'm just going to take Friday off from everything after the 20th and just say I'm not going to go kind of mute, because it's like, first of all, people need a break from me. Secondly, it's just I need a break from
me.
Yeah. And also I have other stuff that I'm taking care of, so I have to be focused on that. So my friend Lawrence says hard pimping till the very end. He does Real Deal Comics from Fantagraphics.
Nice. It is the truth. But no, I likewise, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I am just going to maybe take it ends on a Wednesday, I believe, so I'm just taking the tail end of that week and just gonna stay off of social media entirely, and maybe actually read some comics instead of just making them all the time. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah, I got into that. Like, it's weird because it's like, for me, it's like now, because I draw and I'm like a writer drawer. What's weird is like when I do it, I just kind of get into this mode of like my brain, like I can't watch movies that much anymore. Or TV shows. I have no attention for that. It's like, oh, have you watched the new Dave Chappelle? Have you watched this? No, I can't. Like, I have to draw. I can watch stupid cat videos because that's soothing, or maker videos. But it takes up that space that I need.
Yeah, no, likewise. My friends are sick of hearing me complain about all the video games that I'm not playing anymore, just because if I have an idle 5 seconds, and say I got stuff to do, I got this or that or the other thing to check on, I've taken to watching walkthrough videos, and
I do that too.
Just so I can kind of keep up on stories that sound interesting to me, and franchises that I kind of played and enjoyed in college, and whatnot. But yeah, like I'm very much looking forward to watching the Final Fantasy VII remake. Because,
Oh yeah, with Cloud and them, yeah.
But probably not. Yes. But yeah, no. And anime as well. I've very much fallen behind on just because I like animation is an art form, so I want to watch the animation, and I can't do that and draw at the same time. So so someday I'll catch up on all that stuff.
Yeah, no, I know. What's your company the illustrative company that you do?
My company is Nathan Muth Illustration. Let's see, got that going. I also freelance for a couple other companies as well. Currently, Inverse Press is one of them. They do some cool horror comics. I do coloring for them. Roundtable Companies. If any of those people are watching, they do a lot of interesting nonfiction comic things. And those are the big ones right now, I believe. And let's see, stuff that they're not watching because I should probably be working on stuff for them at the moment.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. This is work too. Like for me, it's like even when I do a Kickstarter with, if I do a Kickstarter, like even if I'm with a guest and I'm drawing, sometimes I have to take a look right here. Like just right now, somebody tagged me in a post, so it's like I'm listening, but at the same time, I'm doing this stuff. Like I gotta go and take care of this. But yeah, so yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so.
Yeah, I want to start hanging out with other small business owners and stuff like that, and see if they have this problem as well. Is it just an artist thing? Is it a small business person thing? Or is it some combination thereof?
It's kind of like the thing of it's kind of a combination, and I think it's kind of hard to say, what's going on that because it's kind of different. Like writers, when people ask me, "Oh, you're a writer, so what are you doing on the writing?" I'm like, I can't tell you how to do it, man. I'm gonna invite you to watch it. But it's sort of like people ask me about writing, and I said, well, I started off as an artist. I kind of don't write in the way writers do. So if I have friends that want to break into writing, I said, well, this is what I did, but I'm an artist primarily. It's not that I can't do it my own way of how I do it, but if you write like you write, I have to introduce you to other people because I can't do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna be facing down that a little bit myself in the next year or two. I want to launch another series in 2021 or the tail end of 2021. So I'm gonna start production on that in the first 6 months, or start writing the first 6 months is my plan, and then start drawing the comic and putting up the webpage in the last 6 months. So yeah, it's not my first foray into writing, but my first real foray into long form writing. So that's a little bit exciting, and by exciting I mean also harrowing.
Well, you did it the first time. I mean, this is 400 pages. This is the volume 1 out of 4 books, so each book will have about roughly 100 pages, right? I mean, of course, you have other content in there, like drawings probably and other stuff, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the first, let's see. So our plan for that is we're going to release it's a 4-volume series, so we're re-releasing each of the 4 volumes in a hardcover edition. That'll be horizontally bound and formatted, but so current goal is to do that 2 a year, just because I'm kind of getting my feet wet and still have to figure out. Well, not figure out. I have it all done on paper in theory about how fulfillment is going to work, but theory and practice are always 2 different beasts. So gotta actually get my feet wet on that one yet.
Yeah. No, I get you on that. So it's like, now it's like, oh, somebody just told me it's National Wine Day today. I'm like, great, it's a national everything day. All right, I think there was that. Oh, my friend Rose just said, she's an artist herself. We have this really weird sense of humor. So she goes like this,
Yeah.
like, how to be a writer: rent a cabin, buy wine, procrastinate, scribble stuff on paper, throw it in an editor.
I'm down. There you go. That sounds like a great deal to me.
Well, on top of that,
clearly
like,
we should.
oh, go on. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, clearly we should have had wine glasses. We'd be drinking wine on the live stream today.
Yeah.
So, did your lunch hour wine?
Yeah, lunch hour. Well, I ate like a big breakfast, so I'm technically not eating lunch because I eat like at really weird times. And I'm just telling two of my characters actually fighting each other to the death because they hate each other because they're both basically attention seekers and narcissists, but it's funny, like when you have two people that meet each other, right? They'll either be so alike they'll get along well, or they'll be so alike in the wrong ways that they want to kill each other.
Yes.
So
yes.
with my two characters, Demon Bitch and Shitbird. So Demon Bitch is like stupid and narcissistic, and she's a drug addict. And again, I'm not saying all drug addicts are terrible people, but there are some drug addicts that are terrible. Let's just say that, there are all kinds of people. So like with her, she's just like, she's constantly like taking pictures of herself and all that. Now Shitbird is the same way, except Shitbird has some more intelligence, but Shitbird is just loud and annoying and rude and mean to people. I mean, Demon Bitches too. They both screw over people and everything, but they're just at the same level of narcissism that it's and the other friends of Demon Bitch are like, they all hate each other. They're all mean to each other. They all do those stupid, like, backstabbing things that women friends will do to each other, just from my experience. And I'm not saying I have women friends like that. It's just when I've had experience with that.
Not gonna name names, sorry.
Yeah, not gonna name names. But the thing is that like all her friends, like they all kind of hate each other. They're all narcissistic. But the thing is, they're all codependent. They need to have attention. Whereas Shitbird, she's codependent, but kind of in a different way. So when she and Demon Bitch get in the same room, they just fucking want to kill each other.
Interesting.
That is
interesting. This is Is there very Desperate Housewives of Hell a little bit?
Oh, I'd say, well, okay, so Desperate Housewives is more like Demon Bitch and her friends. Like they'll fight, they'll squabble, they'll yell at each other, whatever. They're mean to each other, they'll backstab each other. But this is like the group, and then you have the outside girl, and it's like competition on top of all the other competitive. It's weird, kind of. It's hard to explain with like girls, and I'm not only saying that because I'm a woman and I've been through it. I mean, I'm not assuming men don't go through something similar, but with women, it's weird because it's like women, when they get to be really good friends, they're inseparable. It's wonderful, but more often than not, you will just have women that will just go and backstab you as another woman. And they'll have this like weird passive aggressive, like, oh, you're prettier than me, or this, or some weird insecurity that spurs them to do really screwed up things to you. And you're like, what? So, I mean, or that weird passive aggressiveness to backstabbing to literal mind fucking. And I've been through it, I've seen it, and it's really odd to me, but I see how it is. Like, it's hard to describe. With guys, it's like, as I think one of my friends once said, he's a guy, he's like saying, guys, they'll insult each other, right?
Yeah.
But girls tend to go further, well, they not only insult you, but the person you love more than yourself. So if you deal, like, if your wife has a frenemy or something, unfortunately that happens more than with girls, it's than women. I mean, with women than men. But, like, if she has a friend who's kind of her frenemy, she'll just try to insult you, her husband. It's weird. She'll insult your wife, but then she'll go bypass her and say, oh yeah, your husband's just average, but you're so pretty. And it's like what the hell is that? Like shitty little things like that. So yeah, so that's all I gotta say on that. What? Go on, sorry.
Yeah, no, just you're making me think here. That is one of those dynamics that I'm always somewhat perplexed by, because I've had a lot of friends who were women and girls throughout my life, and I have noticed this phenomenon in which, a friend will be, bitching about her friend and and just, making her sound like the most horrible person. And I'm kind of like, geez, like, why do you hang out with this person? You clearly hate her. Like, why do you spend time with her? And I was like, oh no, she's my best friend. I'm like,
yeah, I don't understand that either.
Yeah. Like, okay, all right.
Yeah, like
You,
these women I've never like hung out with ever again after I realized they were assholes. But it's just like the
right.
amount of shit that they would do is just like, really?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And I never
All
understand
right.
that, you know? I've never
Yeah.
understood that. I've never gotten to why women do that. But I've had some really terrible women friends, so that's how Demon Bitch kind of came along. Like,
Ah.
and also just the behavior that some women do. And again, I'm not saying men can't have their own share of appalling behavior, but I'm just
Yeah.
focusing of what I know as a
Oh
woman.
no.
Yeah.
What? Men don't do anything appalling ever. What are you talking about?
And have all the women like go and beat your ass in a minute. But
No.
yeah.
I am being sarcastic in
No, no.
case in case that wasn't obvious, right?
Yeah. No, I mean I was just laughing, but it's like
Yeah.
yeah, but it's funny because like right now I'm drawing demon bitch and shitbirds strangling each other and beating each other up and stabbing each other.
I,
But yeah.
you're making me feel lazy, which is by working and live streaming at the same time. So I'm impressed. Not many people can do that.
Really? I've seen it done a lot, but I guess maybe it's just
I
me.
I suppose it's just as long as you have the camera going and then you're holding down the conversation. But yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Right.
But
That's actually kind of how I got through high school. Was drawing in the back row, and then teachers would be like, "Aren't you paying attention?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm paying attention." I heard
yeah,
everything you just said.
well, it's kind of funny. I think it's just also,
Mm-hmm.
teachers are knowing now like different students listen in different ways. As long as you're not being disruptive, I don't think they care anymore. That or they're severely
Right.
underfunded, so they can't like jump on your ass about everything. You know? Yeah.
There you go. And just take a swig of Jack out of their desk drawer, then go
Hmm.
about their day.
Yeah, they're just like all going whatever. But yeah, no, it's just but no, it's just kind of amazing. Like when I see like, so Demon Bitch was like based after some girls that I knew, and one of them actually she would go periodically online,
Right.
take constant selfies of herself, say she was a model, not really. If she did, her heyday was long
Mm.
gone, and this chick is only in her early
Right.
30s. So, because the thing is, she apparently, I knew somebody else that knew her, and she already did me wrong, so I didn't want to have anything. But she was telling me like, oh yeah, she would do coke for 30 days straight, along with Jack. And I'm not talking about Coca-Cola, obviously. We're not. Yeah, this is LA, but yeah,
I apologize. I apologize.
yeah, and Jack Daniels, and for 30 days straight, and somehow got admitted to the hospital
Mm.
and blamed it on Crohn's disease, and went online saying, I have Crohn's disease. I'm like, no, honey, your bowel is gangrenous, or it's becoming gangrenous. Your body's telling you, stop doing
Got
that.
a day after booger sugar, honey. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And then she's like,
Wow.
so every so often when I hear that she is like, she has like, I have Crohn's disease, I said, oh, you hit coke again. Good on you.
Sure you do.
Yeah. I guess that's, I never knew that, but I guess when you like go ahead and you basically study like unpleasant people, and some people go to me, and it's weird because people say to me, oh well, why don't you just study something more pleasant? I said, this is awesome. What are you talking about? Because
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, I'm talking crap about people, but it's weird because in a way it's like I am doing the Lord's work. And bear with me for a second. It was like this. A person read that and they laughed,
Yeah.
and then they started to cry because they said, this made me tell me it was okay to hurt this person that abused me or whatever it was in their life. But then they were able to let it go better. And I think that's the thing. It's like in our society, they say, oh, if you feel hate and anger, then you will act more hateful and angry. I'm like, I kind of see the opposite here. The moment you understand you have these emotions and you're feeling them due to reasonable things like abuse or whatever, or somebody just was a total shithead to you, you have every right to feel them. It doesn't mean you should go out and kill them or whatever. I mean,
Right.
you can think of like the worst, you want to have the worst things done to them. I admit I've gone through that. Everybody has, I think. Everybody has, but we're told that it's bad. And it's like, no, here's the thing. The reason why we hold on to it is that we have to shove it down. And we never get through it.
Yeah.
And we never resolve it.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah, so I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I understand what people are coming from, but I've noticed people project a lot of that negative stuff onto other people, like politicians to celebrities, like people they wouldn't even know personally. I mean, personally, for me, for
And
politicians,
sometimes people that you know personally.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you do. I mean, I'm not trying to say you can't ever hate somebody. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
it seems to be so over the top that I'm like, do you have something else going on? Like for me, it's like
Yeah.
I don't like certain famous people. I don't like certain politicians, but I don't spend my time ranting about them endlessly. I just don't care. It's like I kind of don't care because first of all, I don't know them.
Yeah.
Secondly, they've never personally done anything to me, so I just don't have that rancor. I mean, for
Mm.
me, it's like if for me to hate somebody is like they have to have done something very personal to me as a person.
Mm.
That's how
Mm.
I keep it. That's how I live. That's just me.
No.
But
Mm.
I notice people act more hateful, or people that are more hateful, is like when they have all these negative things and they're pushing down deep inside. They don't have a creative way or a good way to express it or let it out. Or just
Mm.
even the self judgment is amazing. Like, oh, I shouldn't think
Yeah.
this. I shouldn't hate. I shouldn't. It's like,
Yeah.
sit down and just say you hate somebody. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's like, I hate this bitch
Yeah.
and I want her to fall off a cliff. Okay, great. You're done.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No. No, I actually kind of went through a lot of that kind of thing myself over the past couple of years. It's basically about owning your own shit.
Yeah.
People. If you are feeling something like that consistently, it's probably like to get. Not many people do it, but yeah.
Well, it's uncomfortable and it's shame, I think. I don't like the idea of shame.
Why is triggering me in such a way? Why is that? Right.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
what you said is exactly right. I think my therapist called that meta emotions, where you like how you feel about how you feel. So like if you're mad about something and then you feel shame about feeling mad about it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. There's that. So and kind of it does get scary when you're feeling all these stressors, and I mean it's super easy. I mean, we all kind of point to the stuff outside of us, because we all like to think that I am a completely rational and intelligent human being, and I would never do anything that is not irrational or emotionally driven or what have you. But when in reality, the opposite is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a kind of like been dabbling about my personal story the last couple of years, is learning basically just learning to own your own shit sometimes.
Yeah.
And not blaming the people around you or whatever celebrity or politician, as you say, that is causing you stress. Maybe it's maybe you need to sit back and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way about this thing? So.
Yeah, I mean, just sit down and have a sit down with yourself. And I guess what I don't like is that they mystify it. They go like, well, you have to own your own shit. Well, it's like, how? Like, I don't think it's
easier said than done, right.
Well, and also, like, the thing is, I don't think people are really told what owning your own shit is. Like, really, it's just sit there like, okay, why do I feel this way? Okay, because of A, B, and C.
Right.
You just air it to yourself, and you're done.
Yeah,
and, like, stop lying to yourself. Like, some people, like, they'll be pissed off at an ex, like, for years. But then they'll conversely say, I'm over it. But it's like, look, okay,
not so much right.
Yeah, like, I've had girlfriends that did that, and they're like, they told me, why are you upset about that you broke up? You should just get over it. But then conversely, they'd be pissed off at an ex like 5 years ago. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I can't go through my feelings now. So it's like, oh, what I'm going through now makes you uncomfortable and triggers you. Okay, whatever. It's like, that's your problem,
Right.
It's like if I'm grieving or sad, it's like, there you go. But if they're constantly bringing it up, it's like they're stuffing it deep down inside. It's like, okay, I understand being curled up in a fetal position 24/7 is not healthy, but it makes it a fact that you're pissed off about it. Like, one person that I knew, she would fucking go on about her ex-husband. Like, she'd be like, I'm at peace with my ex-husband. And then conversely, 5 minutes later, she'd be pissed off about something. Just something would trigger, and then she'd be ranting about how he could never do anything right. I'm like, okay, you were married for how many years? Admit to yourself this still upsets you. It's okay.
Just give yourself the time, really.
That's it. I mean, but I think people, like, they're either shamed or told, like, to do it within a period of time. And it's like you can't really for mourning, like even with pets. And I'm not crying about it all the time, but I had to put my cat down like 4 or 5 years ago, and she was old, but that was hard. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, and sometimes once in a while I'll get a little emotional about it, like I miss her. But I mean, I have to just acknowledge those moments and not push on my two other animals. Like I have two cats now. They were not around when she was, but I got them, and they have their own personalities and stuff. That's it. You just have the space for that one person or thing or animal or companion that you had in your life, and then you move forward. And once that moment passes, it's like, I guess, in a way of remembering. Like I sometimes think of my friends that have passed on, and I'll bring them up occasionally. But it's like, they were my friends. They meant a lot to me. They had a deep and profound impact on my life. And I think in our day and age, we're told that it's unhealthy to do it, but then we're told, oh, well, I don't have time. It's like, okay, well, I don't have time either, but sometimes you have to address the anger and rage, because otherwise you're going to get picked on again, and it's going to be the same shit that comes to you. It's like bleeding into the water type thing. You don't heal what's there.
It's true.
Yeah.
I think you're dead on when you're saying that in our society at large we are shamed from having an emotional reaction at all, like as if emotions are bad things, like emotions are kind of treated like a disease sometimes.
Or they have to be in this certain codified.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I think there's a delay, but it's like they have to be in a certain codified way. Like if you're sad, you cry. You have to be upset. It's okay.
Here's the acceptable way to feel your feels.
No. That's why I did what I did. But yeah, so what is Impure Blood about? Let's go to Impure Blood. I know
we're going to talk about comics or something like that.
Yeah, no, I know. We did end up talking about all sorts of crap over in lunch hour.
That's all right.
But yeah, no, I was just wondering with Impure. I mean, I've read about Impure Blood. I've read the webcomic. It's there. It's good. But please tell everybody about it. So it's like I know the beginning story, but.
Right.
I'd rather have you talk about it.
So, Impure Blood is a steam fantasy epic. It's a tale of a mysterious young lady named Dara who frees a half-human gladiator named Roan from his captivity. She believes that he is the key to tracking down the last full-blooded member of his ancient mystical race that has been driven to the point of extinction by humans. And she's on a mission to do that before the army of golems that is pursuing her can beat her to it. So high fantasy hijinks ensue, and as you kind of touched upon, it took us 8 years to produce. My wife Nadia is the writer, and I'm the illustrator, but it is a complete series that we are currently re-releasing in a deluxe hardcover edition on Kickstarter, or rather the deluxe hardcover edition of Volume 1 is currently available on Kickstarter. And we are planning on releasing the subsequent volumes over the course of the next 2 years.
Yeah.
And maybe someday an omnibus. Who knows?
Well, I mean, the thing is that what's good is that you have a complete series, so that's good. So it's none of this like, oh yeah, well, we got this idea. It's done. We just need you to publish it.
Right.
Please do it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So no. Right. But yeah. So. Gonna give it the whole treatment. It's gonna have the deluxe hardcover edition is gonna have cool process stuff that we've never released before. Just because at the time I didn't think it's an artist thing. We're like, who wants to see the sketches? Like those are gross and yucky and unfinished. But apparently there's a lot of people that like that kind of thing. So releasing that, some of Nadia's scripts. We got some cool guest artists doing bonus material, and we're just gonna see what we can do with this thing, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully share some of the fun that we had making it with our cool new readers.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like I think it showed a picture of your wife right on there. She's the writer when you guys were. Okay, cool. Yeah. So
she's the one with the curly hair. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like So it's like So with that, it's like you guys got to go and support this Kickstarter just because it's done. So like when they get this done, they're going to release another one and another one and another one, so we'll know the end of the story. the whole story of it all. So it'd be really good. So yeah. Hello?
Yes, there you go.
Oh, your
Yep, I'm
videos.
here. Sorry, just trying to get rid of some of the notifications that are popping up on my phone. So excuse me.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah, right. Fine. Technology. Yes. But man, no. Yeah, it's just it's crazy to look back and think like this is like 10 years of my life now has been spent on this project, and it's been great. But but man, it's one of those long strange trip kind of feelings. I don't
Yeah.
think I've had another project that I poured that much of my life into, and that much time and energy and just everything, you know.
Yeah. Do you kind of just look back on it and go
Yeah,
like, damn, that's what I did?
yeah. I feel like I need to like go back and read it at some point. And this is going to sound crazy, but I was just kind of read it page by page as I was making it, since Nadia was the writer and I'm the artist. I was just kind of basically reading it one page at a time as I was making it, and it's kind of following along, going like, oh my gosh, plot twist, whatever, that's cool. And so I myself, one of the creators, haven't actually experienced it as a reader yet. So yeah, it's kind of on my to-do list.
Hmm. That sounds great. Yeah, it's like weird. It's like some people go like, but that's your own book. Haven't you read it? I'm like,
I know, right?
life happens, dude. You know?
Yeah, and especially once you have small humans to chase around, your time they take up a lot of time, man.
Yeah, I mean, considering that you're doing a Kickstarter and it's going as well, like, what is it? Let me look at this right now. Let's see if we got numbers bumped
I
up.
know.
Sometimes they bump up during
Oh,
the thing. If
oh,
not,
sweet, thank you.
if they bumped up, no, it's 6,138. But still, that's really freaking
Yeah,
good considering the schedule that you guys have.
yeah, yeah. Don't think I said it while we were actually doing the live stream part, but yeah, no, I'm chasing said small humans around during the day, and then going to work on the Kickstarter and whatever freelance projects I got going on right now after they go to bed. So it's definitely a bracing pace, but it's only for another 2 weeks, or at least the Kickstarter is only for another 2 weeks. The rest of that is gonna be until September.
Well, it's kind of funny because, like, I think Kickstarters in general, it's weird because, like, you sit there and you have to kind of do the right amount of push and pull. It's like you can't
Yes,
be on everybody's case all the time, but at the same time, you got to be on top of it. Like right now, I
yes.
just basically said to the people that were backing me, like, hey, I just hit 4,500. But then I made this whole funny story about, like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this for revenge. Let me tell you why. It was like, be part of this revenge story with me.
uh,
But
I
it's,
love it. Making comics for revenge. That's it.
yeah, like, part
That's
of it was like,
good.
I've got a bone to pick with this, like, 5K. I need to beat 5K. Let me beat
Yes,
5K.
yes. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
But I don't know.
that
It's
went
like,
well.
but yeah, like when you sit down and write the Kickstarter, do you kind of in the mode
Mhm.
like, do you really have fun with it when you write it, or do you kind of it's more informative?
This being my first one, I feel like I played it very straight. I look back, I read it, I watched the video that I did for the project video, and I'm like, it, so it is informative. All the right information is there, but I think the next one I'm going to have a little bit more fun with it.
Yeah.
Do something a little bit more interesting. Like express a bit more personality with it.
Yeah.
So no, it's good. I'm not poo-pooing it or anything like that. It's just a little dry, Like I think next time as I said, I'll have a bit more fun.
Yeah, I kind of know what you
Yeah.
mean. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, sorry.
I was really enjoying reading yours, by the way. Holy cow, that's there's a your sense of humor definitely shows through.
Oh yeah, it's just I think it's
Uh,
like also when you have a near death experience, you just kind of have to make fun of it. I mean, some people. My
yeah,
mom got upset with me. She says, "Why do you mock that so much?" I'm like, "Okay, mom, I almost died, so I kind of don't care."
yeah,
I mean, it was sort of like, it's weird because you kind of have to process almost dying in one way. So it's sort of like,
Uh,
in a way, it's sort of like you kind of have to like, kick somebody in the ass that was aiming a
yeah.
gun at you, and then you're just kind
Right.
of like going, and then you start laughing at it because, yeah,
Yeah.
like as Jacobus once said, one of the viewers on here, he says, because I won. And you kind of
Yeah.
have to look
Yeah.
at it like that. And
Mhm.
it's weird because, like, almost dying, it sort of has this sort of level of faith. People are like, what do you mean you almost died? And, if you're religious or not, I'm not super religious, but I believe in things. But I think for me, what was important to me is that I had to sit and make a decision. As soon as they told me you have a 6-inch mass and we think it's cancerous after my CAT scan, because I had an ultrasound then CAT scan, and I went in there because I seriously thought I had a kidney infection. Like it felt like it, even though I hadn't had one in years. But I said, oh, all right, maybe it's just that. And when they told me it was cancerous, or they thought it might be cancerous, and I was just sitting there like, well, shit, I'm going to die like Patrick Swayze. And all of a sudden, I'm kind of laughing at that now. I don't know why. I'm not saying how he died was great. That's really a fucked up way to die. But I think, like, when you are facing death, you sometimes have to laugh at him. But I just sat there, and I was just going, okay, well, at this moment, I don't have cancer. I don't have cancer, even though they said they thought it might be cancerous. But I said, at this moment, I just know I don't have cancer, just right now. Okay, well, then I don't have cancer, and it was going to be dealt with. Like, I wasn't going to leave the hospital. They had to take me to another one with a bunch of specialists, and then they were going to do biopsies and tests, and then they're going to take out the stupid thing, and then do more tests on it. So every step of the way was more encouraging. Like, they took my blood, the tumor markers for it showed negative of cancer. They did the CAT scan that they had to do at that hospital. The surgeon was like, wow, and luckily I had a surgeon that was like really expert. I found out later, like the Whipple, the procedure that they did to remove that part of the pancreas, it was just like he did that for the rest of his residencies, and he got so good at it. Even the senior surgeon was like, I don't need to come in, you can do it, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So I had this.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I had that, but he said that's going to turn into cancer if you don't take care of it right now. And I'm just like, okay, fine, but you might be diabetic. So I had to cry about that. And even the nurse was saying, you might be, but it's all squished. It's atrophic, like it was squished, the healthy part. So it might pop back up. So I said, okay, fine. I can't focus on it being diabetic either. I'm not going to be diabetic. And, as I said, you just have to focus on what you want. I know people who have been disappointed and say, well, that didn't work for me. I said, okay, fine. But the thing, what good is it if you focus on what you don't want? You'll get more of it. It tends to happen. It's happened to me millions of times. So I focused on that. So as it went on, I had to have an endoscopy where they had to like literally put like if anybody knows, they had to do a biopsy that way. So they stuck a freaking tube down my throat with a camera, and they picked it out and they drained the fluid. So that didn't show cancerous. So I guess when they open you up, that's the final test. And when they open you up and if they see it spread, they'll just close you back up. Because they do a test cut. So they looked, no bad stuff, just what they saw, and they opened me the rest of the way. And what they have to do in that procedure is not only take out the pancreatic tumor, but they had to rewire me. So, because some of the circulatory systems, they're very in depth with parts of the stomach, and they had to take those out. So they had to stick everything back onto my small intestine. So I was rewired from the inside. Now, recovering from that was weird because sitting around, it's like, why is my colon up in my stomach? I don't know what the hell. Like, it was just some weird.
That's not where I left my colon.
Yeah, my colon is like, it was just weird how everything got sorted. But at the end of it, so finally they took the tumor out. They had it tested. I asked him, could I have a picture of me? He just gave me a weird look. But, I mean, I'm kind of gross that way. It's like, it's in my stomach. Come on, it's mine. I just want to know what it looks like.
Yeah.
But,
I grew it myself, damn it. Come on.
It's been part of me since I was born. Can't I say goodbye to it? And it is weird having parts of it taken out because it was not only parts of my pancreas and stomach, but they took my gallbladder out. I do not have a gallbladder anymore. It's not that there was anything wrong. It's just they needed to take it out to rewire everything. So they did that. And they took it to the lab, and it turned out to be the 1% type tumor that only grows in Asian and black women, so it's misogynist and racist. Then it's one of those things that it was not cancerous. Yeah, it just grows until a certain point, and then it will.
Nobody likes you.
Yeah, right. It's just it hates me. It just was going to try to kill me.
Yeah.
But it was weird because it was like once it happened, they said that actually that type of tumor is weird. It's not even like benign, but it wasn't even cancerous. What it is, it's one of those ones where it grows and it grows, and after a point, it will break off and then become metastasize into cancer. So essentially, I was getting a ticking time bomb taken out of me. So
good. Yeah. Holy shit.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how many more years I would have had, but he did tell me there was a woman that had something very similar. And 10 years ago, he found it in her. He said, you need to take this out. She didn't do it. I don't know why she didn't, because like I gained a lot of excessive weight. I had no energy. I was feeling like shit all the time. So I don't know how you can spend 10 more years of that. But after that, she was battling stage 3 pancreatic cancer. So I kind of have to laugh at death now. Like I had a precancerous growth frozen off my face on my skin. So that was weird too. I mean, this was years ago, but it's kind of weird how cancer tries to go and fuck with me. I ended up killing it. I ended up punching it in the face and telling it to go fuck itself. So I don't know. I just realized that a few days ago. I was like, that's kind of me with cancer. That's funny. So, but yeah, the operation took 3 hours, and usually that can take up to like 10. So it was really good.
You're delighted parties, aren't you?
I actually, I dropped 35 pounds. I can't complain. And I mean,
no.
Huh?
You have a badass scar now?
Oh, I do. It's on my abdomen. It's like, it looks like a little Gandalf hill from The Hobbit. Like if you drew a map.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's like just this scar, and then I have these 3 holes in my stomach. They're covered up, of course. I mean, they're just like little marks now. But they are, they basically, that's where they put the drainage tube and the feeding tube. So,
right.
Yeah, and they were pressuring me to fart all the time. I'm like, thanks, guys. Like, they're like, you need to pass gas. You need to pass gas. I was like, stop saying this to me. Now I don't want to do it. But not only that.
You don't want to?
Well, it was like.
Oh, man, that's like. You got a free license. You got like free.
It was pressure because it just felt so weird. After surgery, I was just lying there like everything was all inert. I mean, the first few days I had to have a catheter. That was weird, but I was so fucked after surgery. It felt like somebody just laid me out. And I was just lying there all like, just after a surgery like that, I just never knew that level of tired. Like I would wake up and I wouldn't want to do anything. But then they say, oh, hey, you got to go and get moving. You got to get moving to get your bowels going. I'm like, oh, shit. So here it is. It's like I have this fucking huge row of staples on my gut, right? I've been cut open. Like my muscles have been cut open. And they want me to get up and walk around while these 3 like fucking things are dangling out of me. I've got a catheter. So I'm like walking around the nurse's station. The first few days sucked, and then later on, I just kept walking, and they were just like really amazed at how well I got better. Because I guess people around my age, or even people that have had this procedure, they are going like, wow, like I've never seen anybody heal as fast as you. But it's just like I just wanted to get better, I guess. Because also they want you to walk, because after major surgery like that, they're worried about your lungs filling up with fluid, so you can get pneumonia because you're like not able to move. But I also had to breathe in that little breathing thing. I think mine was called a Voldine, and it was just gnarly. I mean, it was one hell of a thing. I'm going to tell you that. So it's kind of weird because like once you've gone through that, I was talking with Debbie Daughtry. She's a Chimera Press, and she had a double lung transplant. It was pretty gnarly too. Like she had, I think, what it was is that actually the instant popcorn you get, the microwavable popcorn, when you smell it, that's actually what fucked up her lungs. And she, oh yeah, she was just telling me, like that's what messed up her lungs. So she had to have a double lung transplant. But she says it was weird because like we were talking about, it's like, yeah, your organs have been removed. And I was talking to her because she had to have a replacement from another person. I said, I bet that kind of feels weird too. Like I have anher piece of a person inside of me. But
somebody else's lungs,
Yeah, but we were.
So like the smell, like she from the popcorn is what did it, or like
there's like a chemical in the smell. It's not movie popcorn, like you get at the movies or regular popcorn. It's just the microwavable popcorn, like you pop it and when you open and you smell what's in there, that's what killed her lungs.
Wow.
And she actually got to feel her lungs. I was jealous of that. She just said, yeah, and then a few months later when I was able to, they just let me touch my lungs. And she said they showed me the parts that were spongy and messed up. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm jealous of you. I never got to touch my tumor. Nobody showed me a picture of it. It's like I asked, can you take a
I
picture of it? And
know.
they just gave me this weird look.
Wow. No, that is cool though. Actually, I would I would love to touch my internal organs if I had the chance.
Yeah, like if it's there, it's like they were
Technically,
yours.
I'm touching them now, I guess, but
Well, yeah, it's kind of like you see me, you hear me, you feel me, but it's like that.
yeah.
Yeah, that also happened to me after working. I passed the beans more frequent. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, new name, Q Gas. That's Quentin. He's one of my viewers there too. But yeah,
I
yeah. Like Nathan says hi. So yeah, they get it a minute, not a minute, a few seconds delayed because it has to transmit and stuff. But
right.
but yeah, so yeah, Impure Blood. And when does this end? Let's see.
March 4th, I believe.
March 4th. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of all over the place, but somehow that works.
Yeah. Funny shot.
Yeah, yeah. But then I do lunch hour every day, Monday through Friday. I'm just going to take a break, you guys, by the way, on Friday after the 20th, just because I need to just clear my brain and not annoy everybody anymore about my fucking Kickstarter. Oh, shit. So, like, I got 2 new backers. Let's see if you got anybody else. Let's see here. Just because sometimes putting it out there is a good thing. I think you'll grow more later.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing's changed, but come on, guys, just go ahead, throw a buck, throw $2, throw some stuff at it, because they want to get this printed. This story is all done. So when you get this Kickstarter funded for Nathan's Impure Blood, chances are you'll get 2, 3, and 4. In fact, I'm pretty sure that'll happen because the story is already finished. So if you want to have all 4 books, hardcover, I'm guessing, right? Get it all done there.
Most definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you want to try before you buy, go to www.impurebloodwebcomic.com. You can read the whole thing online for free.
Okay.
Because I'm a giver.
Bloodcomic.com, right?
Impurebloodwebcomic.com, yeah.
Webcomic. Okay, yeah. Just check that out.
Yeah, probably find it if you Google it, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole book's there if you want to read it. So if you want to do a tester, go take a look and test it out, man. You know, you guys.
There you go.
So yeah, spread it, share the word, because Facebook is an oppressive piece of crap. So, you know, you can do that.
We all need it.
Yeah, unfortunately we do. I mean, it's kind of one of those things, like people get really unduly mad at Facebook about some things, and I said, well, they're a big company. They don't really care about anybody else. They don't even know who you are. You're just a number to them.
That's it. And vote, fuckers. Nah.
Yeah, right? So yeah. Yeah, I was just like kind of going like, well, I hope you're okay with my show, because I swear a lot on bitch.
Cool. Okay.
It's like, oh, you're
no, this is fun.
Oh.
This is definitely probably the most memorable interview live stream guest thing that I've ever been on. So you know, I'm gonna bring up surgeries more often.
Well, I don't know if you. Yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, I don't know if you've had major surgery. I mean, I don't assume, but you know.
I mean, I had my tonsils out when I was like 6 or something, but I don't think that counts.
Yeah.
Doesn't compare. Doesn't compare.
Yeah, just getting like a big ass like hole cut in you is like the weirdest thing, and I just like the fact that it's just kind of like, yeah, okay, just leave me alone. I just got my fucking, you know, it's like after surgery like that, you're just kind of like, I don't really care if your feelings right now. I am tired and I need to take care of myself. And it's weird because it's not even that like, it's not even like in a narcissistic or selfish way. You're just like, look, this is my limit. I just am done with this. Enough, you know, stop, you know.
Boundaries, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let me see there. Who says that? Yeah, we're having a Kickstarter party. The victory party. Not this next week, but later on. And we're going to be kind of laughing. We were laughing about it because my friend Tony, he's the co-writer of the book. And in the sense co-writing, it's the recipes, like the booze recipes. And one of them is, and they have the PDFs. And actually, I'd say that the PDFs kind of saved my life on this Kickstarter, because some people, international shipping is a bitch. It's just too much, everything.
Especially now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like now it's like $30 to show a book, and this book is already $30 in general. So what a lot of people will do is that they'll order a bunch of PDFs, and it's like, there you go, mailed, you know. And also people don't have a lot of space, so it's like sometimes they have to deal with that too. So yeah. But Tony wrote down, this is a Kickstarter. He's doing it kind of as a thing. He says like, this is a Kickstarter, and he goes like this, like, we will either eat and drink to celebrate victory, or it might not fund and it failed. So we're going to have to eat and drink our problems away. Other way, there will be good food and drink. You know?
Yes.
But he actually artfully designed those cocktails to be bad.
He made them bad on purpose. That's impressive.
Like the Demon Bitch cocktail. He said it smells pungent and it looks like a cup of semen, and he made the Demon Bitch face of it and bitters, and I'm like, and how that started was like the last Kickstarter. I got to know him, and he's like, I got to go make a cocktail, and he just made a cocktail of it. And it was bad, but it was like he didn't just throw a bunch of booze. Like this was nice booze, but he did it in bad ways, like in certain forms. And even one of the critique guys that are critiquing it, like Chuck, he reviewed the book because I have a press electronic copy, and he's like, "This is fucked up. This is so fucked up. This book is so fucked up." And I'm like, "Wow, dude." And he said he used to work, and I think he works in bars and stuff. And he says that he wasn't a mixologist, but he was around it enough to know when somebody knew what they were doing. And what's funny is that when he did that, he was like going, yeah, he knows how to mix his shit, you know. And Lawrence and I, we like actually came to his house as the victory party, and we just sat there and drank through all of them. And it was bad. Like there was one like Demon Bitch discharge, and it looked like a bunch of.
Clearly, you made it home okay.
Yeah, well, no, we ended up sleeping it off a little because we were just like, oh, we were over at his house, but we had the puke bucket there and everything. And, but yeah, like the Demon Bitch discharge, it just tasted really bitter and bad. And then it looked like some mutant Fruity Pebbles on top because he just put all this stuff on top.
I'm going over right after this, and I'm going to pick up a PDF. I gotta see this.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's just you have to, and then I have all the books. Like the Personal Monsters is the very big precursor. That's the proto world, and then Demon Bitch has 3 books in total, including this one, and they're all available. Yes.
All right. Sold.
Yeah. Just so guys, go check out his Kickstarter. It's really good. The story is complete. They just want to have volume 1 printed. It'll be like roughly about 100 pages. It's going to be hardcover. It's sexy, and it's about funded. So just help it get along.
There you go.
Yeah. So Nathan, thank you for being on the show. I know you got to get back to your kids and stuff. I'm not rushing off. I know it's a minute, but you know, like minute in dad time is like, shit, I got to get. Yeah. I don't smell fire or anything, so I think we're all right. Well, you got the nanny there, so it's good, right? The babysitter. Yeah. I was just remembering that Will Ferrell skit. Probably it's not appropriate, but remember when he was like there and he was yelling at his kids, but you didn't see the kids, you just heard the noises. It was like he's like, "Come on, get out of there!" And then he's like, "I will punch you in the face if you don't." Like, God, you know, it's just like, and the neighbors are just sitting there like, going. They're getting more and more progressively uncomfortable. Because, like, you have the dad yelling at you, okay, fine, yelling at his kids, but it gets progressively like, I will go over there and slap you silly, blah, blah, blah. And then they're, like, looking at each other, and mom's like, yeah, okay. And then finally he just yells at you, I will punch you in the face if you don't get off that swing set. It's like, you're just like, wow.
Been there.
Yeah. Dad's kind of... You meet other parents and try not to be judgy about them a lot of the times as a parent. So it's like I think there's there's an obvious look of anything with bad parenting, like Casey Anthony. I named my tumor after her because I hate her. But
I saw that and I had to Google that, and it's just like, and then I got mad, like so, but so.
Well, it's fitting that I named a tumor after her. She tried to kill me.
No, that's appropriate. I have no bad feelings about that.
No. I mean, at the very least, she's an extremely neglectful mother that really didn't give a shit about her kid. So.
Yeah, at the least, right?
Yeah, at the very least. I mean, that's one of the rare cases of a public trial where I still think you're a piece of shit, you know? It's just like...
Even if she didn't kill her kids, she's still not a...
Well, she just didn't care what happened to her, you know? It's like this poor kid. Like, it's like, why'd you even have a kid? Like, why didn't you just go and get her up for adoption? Why'd you even bother to keep her if you didn't care that much? At least get her...
Right.
I mean, I understand, like, the system and everything, and I'm not trying to minimize the system, but it's like, You know, you didn't need to have her die. That's it. You know, that's messed
No.
up. No,
No. Yes.
that's why it's funny because like some person just literally asked me, so when'd you name your tumor? And it was like over 6 inches. So I said, I guess I have to name it after 6 inches and up.
Mm.
So I just said, oh, it's Casey Anthony because she tried to kill me.
A lot of ways you could have gone with that, but yeah.
Oh, people think it's funny. All right. All right. Well, thank you so much
On
for your
that
support.
note, all right.
And you guys, you get to go and this is available on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Live, obviously, right now. So you're going to go back and watch it if you haven't been able to watch it. And I have the links up. And please check out his Kickstarter. He's got 2 weeks left. And please support him. We all got to support each other. So,
yes.
okay, guys, you take care. All right. Bye-bye.